All right, y'all. So today, if you want to queue up, and it won't be just yet, but in a few minutes, a Spotify playlist under my profile. It's called Levitation, and then capital G, capital W. So if you kind of feel like doing that, have at it. Also, if you have blocks or maybe a rolled up blanket or a towel, if you normally use a bolster, this is a gentle flow-ish with some stretching. So if you like props, grab stuff, you know. Heavy, thick books can work in the place of blocks. Just really anything that works for you because this is your practice. No pain. Let's create some space. Do all of that. So there you go. Go ahead and find yourself on your mat. We're going to start off in child's pose. So your balasana. So feel out what you need this morning. If it's a wide leg child's pose, knees out to the side edges of the mat, big toes touching. Or if you need something more like a traditional child's pose, with your knees together and your chest resting on top of your thighs. And take your time. And then close down your eyes. No. For y'all, does the all right. So in your child's pose, let your hips reach back towards your heels and your arms reach forward. Your chest is down on your thighs. And then relax your brows. Wiggle your jaw from side to side. And then just take a moment here. If this is uncomfortable for the knee, you can always roll up a blanket and place it in between your hips and your heels or somewhere along your calf. And let's just spend a moment or two here breathing. And if this is not comfortable for you, you can always just sit down on your bottom. And begin to cultivate a little bit deeper breath. Inhale through the nose. Let your lungs fill to full capacity. And then exhale through your nose. Empty out your lungs. Inhale, let everything inflate, expand. It's like you have a balloon blowing up inside of you. And then you exhale, deflate the balloon, let everything go. And then just as we begin to cultivate that deep breath, calming the mind. Just sharing a little something that I read, and it's actually from Glennon Doyle, her new book, Untamed, and it's pretty good. And I think it really fits with whatever we might all be going through right now. She said that she spoke with this woman after a meeting who told her, I just wanted to tell you something that somebody told me in the beginning. It's okay to feel all of the stuff you're feeling. You're just becoming human again. You're not doing life wrong, you're doing it right. If there's any secret you're missing, it's that doing it right is just really hard. Feeling all of your feelings is hard, but that's what they're here for. Feelings are for feeling. All of them, even the hard ones. The secret is that you're doing it right, and that doing it right hurts sometimes. So you can feel anything and everything that you're feeling right now. In fact, you should feel it to move through it so that those feelings don't dictate your life. Feel it all so that it doesn't bubble back up later. And as we're moving through all of these things in this life right now, when you begin to think, I can't take this anymore, know that you can. You can, and you will take it, and you will keep surviving again and again. And in surviving over and over, you will become less afraid of yourself, other people, of life. You are capable of everything that is presenting itself in your path right now. So with that thought here in mind, we move into our physical asana practice. Know that you can breathe in. Yes, I can. And you can breathe out. It's okay. So in your child's pose, inhale, reach your fingertips a little bit closer to the top of your mat. And as you exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the right. Your left hand can come on top of the right if that feels good. Just let your left hip move back and down away from the left side rib. Find some space, let your left side lung really inflate and open. And then you inhale to slide through center. And you exhale, walk your hands all the way over to the left. So now your right hip is pulling back and down away from your right side rib cage. And when you breathe, you feel the right side rib cage expand. It opens. It feels less sticky maybe. And then you exhale, slide back through center. Take a deep inhale. And then all fours, hands and knees as you exhale. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Your knees come underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide. And then as you inhale, let a soft belly drop down to the ground. Lift your chin, lift your tail. And on your exhale, arch your upper back. Separate the shoulder blades. Let the crown of your head reach to the ground. Inhale, the belly down. The heart presses between the upper arm bones. And then exhale, reverse that movement. Tuck your chin towards the notch in your throat. Press the earth away with your hand. Inhale, belly down. Gaze high. Exhale, belly up. Tailbone tips towards the ground. And now feel free to stay right here. Move through your cat and cow flow if that's what feels good to you today. If you want something outside of this vertical plane, you can join me in hip circles and just sway your body all around. So they call this sahaja. It's a spontaneous fluid-like movement. I learned that from my teacher, Amy Johnson. And you kind of listen to the feedback from your body. So as you're moving around, it's not willy-nilly just kind of throwing your physical body around. It's really connecting to your subtle body. When you hit a spot that's like, ooh, I need to stay here and breathe, you stay. Or if you hit a spot that's like, swing through this and keep moving, you do that. So it teaches us how to do it off of our mat as well, right? Moving through life, something feels sweet and you stay. Or you're moving through life and something's like, this isn't right, so you move, right? And then when you're ready, come back to your box pose. Stack your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists. Take an inhale, right leg extends back behind you. And as you exhale, pull your belly in and up. Crown of the head is forward. Your tailbone is lengthening towards the back of your mat, but the navel in towards your spine. Take one more inhale. Press your heel back. Feel your right hamstring engage. On the exhale, round your knee in towards your chin, your chest, your nose. Dome out your upper back. Inhale, the right leg extends back. Exhale, knee to chin, chest, nose. Inhale, press the right heel back. Exhale, tuck it in. This time on your inhale, extend your right leg back. On the exhale, bend your right knee, stack your hip, yawn this open so your shoulders stay square to the top of your mat, but your right hip begins to open. You can circle this out or just stay still, whatever it is that you need. If you take the circles, make sure to go in both directions and match your breath to your movement. Take your last one. Point your right thigh bone, your right knee back to the ground, but leave your right knee bent. Now you can stay right here and just pull your belly in and up, or reach your left hand back to your right ankle and then stretch through the left shoulder, the left pectoral muscle. You can keep your gaze down towards the earth. You could also kind of look towards your left clavicle. Make sure to breathe deeply wherever you are. And then you re-extend as you inhale, left arm forward, right foot back. Box pose as you exhale, just right back to where we started. Inhale, belly down, lift your chin, lift your tail, one reset. Exhale, navel to the spine, arch your upper back. Inhale, find your neutral spine. Exhale, navel draws up, the pit of the belly pulling in. Inhale, your left leg extends behind you. Now take a moment. Firm up the left leg. Pull your belly up. And then notice that your spine is long and strong. The crown of the head reaches forward. Your tailbone lengthens to the back. Inhale, press your left heel back. And then exhale, knee to chin, chest, nose. Arch your upper back. Inhale, re-extend. Exhale, knee to chin, chest, nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale to tuck it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale to tuck. This time, inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, shoulders stay as they are, but bend your left knee, stack your hips, send your heel towards your right glute. So just feel the opening of your left hip flexor. You can circle out the left knee if you like it. You can just stay still if that's what you need. Match your breath to your movement. And then when you're ready, re-extend your left leg behind you. That's your inhale. Bend your left knee. Reach your right hand to your left ankle if you want to, but point your left hip, your thigh, your knee to the ground. You can keep your gaze down at the earth, or you can look up over your right shoulder, but keep as much length as you can in the spine and the neck. The inhale, extend your foot, extend your arm. Exhale, box pose. Curl up your toes as you inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Chest in towards your thighs. Crown of the head reaching down. Good. And take deep breaths here. Breathe in and know that you're breathing in. And breathe out. Know that you're breathing out. On your inhale, bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, step your feet to the top of your mat. Take as many or as few steps as you need. Feet can be hip width distance apart. Hands can be on top of blocks or your books or your water bottles, whatever you've got. On the inhale, crown of the head forward, tailbone draws back. On the exhale, chest to your thighs, crown drapes down. Hands grab opposite elbows. And just take this ragdoll here for a moment. Find the length in your hamstring. Generous bend to the knees so you're not straining the posterior chain. You're not straining the backside of your legs or your low back. Let it all go. And then your fingertips straight down to the ground. Completely exhale. And then inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, reach your arms high. Exhale, just settle in. Now your feet can come together if you choose, or you can keep them about hip width distance apart. Navel to your spine, the arms reach high. Now if it bothers your neck, just gaze straight forward. If it feels appropriate, you can gaze to your fingertips. Take deep breaths here. Relax your face. Now the knees stay bent, but as you inhale, reach your fingertips higher. Exhale, left arm forward, right arm back. Open arm twist to the right. Relax the shoulders from your ears. Inhale, sweep your right arm back forward, both hands high, chair pose. Exhale, right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Open arm twist to the left. Relax the shoulders from your ears. Inhale, reach back forward. Exhale, straighten your legs, elbows back and down, lift your chest, so cactus arms. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, right hand drops down, left arm reaches up and over for a side body stretch. Inhale, both arms to the sky. Exhale, left arm down, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, sit your hips back and down, chair pose. Inhale, the fingertips reach, the side body gets long. Exhale, your left arm forward, right arm back, gaze to the right. Inhale, reach both of your arms back to the sky. Exhale, your right arm forward, left arm back, open arm twist to the left. Inhale to your chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs, elbows back and down, lift your chest. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale your right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, reach both hands high. Exhale, left arm down, right arm reaches. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, bend your knees, sit your hips low, last round. Inhale, find length in your side body. Exhale, open arm twist to the right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs, take your elbows back and down. Press your hips forward. Inhale, maybe you seal your palms overhead this time, gaze up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over. Stay for a moment this time. Now, if you feel this in your low back, take the top of your pubic bone and draw it slightly upward. Left arm reaches up and over. Take one more inhale into your left side body. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, your left arm down, right fingertips reach. Relax your right shoulder from your earlobe. And then keep the right fingertips reaching. You might feel your left hand slide down the outside of your left leg. One more breath in. Completely exhale. Both arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Crown of your head is down. Inhale, the crown of your head forward. Your tailbone draws back. Long, strong spine. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Left knee softens to the ground. So this might be where you place something underneath your left knee because we'll be here for just a little while. It could be a towel, anything that feels right. And then from here, take the top of your left foot, flatten it down, broaden your collarbones. Your left hand, or both hands actually, can be on blocks if that feels appropriate to you. Or if you're at home, you're going to slide something else underneath there, pillows, books, whatever you've got. Now as you inhale, left arm roots down to the inner arch of your right foot. On the exhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Inhale, reach your right fingertips a little bit higher. Keep your right knee over your right shin. And then exhale, right hand comes down. Shift your hips back. Take a half split. You can slide your blocks back with you. So your hips are over your left knee, right leg is straight. Inhale, lift your chest, pull your heart forward. And then exhale, melt your navel towards your right thigh bone. Breathe deeply here. Now, if you feel this anywhere around your right kneecap or the gluteal fold, so where your hamstring and your glute connect, take a bend to your right knee. That's all good. It can be very bent. It can be slightly bent. Customize this for yourself. And then you inhale to slowly walk it back forward. Bend your right knee. Exhale, right arm reaches to the sky again. Inhale, reach your right fingertips higher. Open your chest. This time as you exhale, slide your right forearm around the small of your back and open your right clavicle to the sky. So it's a half bind right here, long in the side neck. Breathe as you open up your chest. And then notice the low part of the belly. If you can pull the low, like the pit of the belly in and up, support your low back without overdoing it, right? It's finding that perfect spot for you. And then you inhale, reach the right arm back to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the ground. Shift your hips back. Straighten your right leg. Now pay attention to the right foot, the toes. If you can gently roll your right thigh bone inward, you'll notice that the second and the third toe point straight to the sky. Inhale, lift your chest, pull the heart forward. Exhale, extend your tail towards the back of your mat and breathe. Notice the knots on the fronts of your shoulders. Roll them away from one another rather than rounding them in and collapsing the chest. And then you inhale, slide it back forward, bend your right knee, left palm roots. Exhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Now you can stay right here. You can take your right forearm to your low back. Those of you looking for something a little bit more like a crooked monkey, you could slide your right block out of the way. You could roll to the outer edge of your right foot, splay your right knee open, but there's no pain in your knee, nothing whatsoever. You could bend your left knee. I personally like this right here without ever taking the hand to the ankle, but I want you to do what feels right in your body. So if this feels good, just stop here. I'm getting a stretch on the left hip flexor, a stretch on the left quadricep. But some people do like to go ahead and reach back and catch the left ankle with the right hand and draw the heel in towards the glute. Notice if that makes your shoulders come up like earrings. See if you can continue to lift and open. So the whole idea of taking postures into a next level, right, is that it makes it more open for you and better, right? So if you feel like you're having to close yourself off to get deeper into a posture, it just means to not do it, right? It's all good. Slowly come back to center, wherever it is that you went. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. Now you'll see I have my blocks underneath my hands, even here. This can help the transition as you exhale to step your left foot back to the top of your mat. Inhale, the heart rises halfway to meet the chin. So crown forward, tailbone back, but the belly is pulled in and up. Exhale, chest to your thighs, crown of the head is down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Hands are on the ground or on your support. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of your mat and soften your right knee to the earth. Left knee stacks over the heel or the ankle. I'll slide my block out of the way so you can see that. And your left toes are at 12 o'clock. So we just start here. your right hand to the ground or to your support. Root your right hand down. Inhale. Left arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale. Relax your shoulders back and down from your ears. Good. Reach your fingers high. Your gaze might follow your left thumb, but if that doesn't feel good on your neck, then just take your gaze to the left. So imagine opening your collarbones, breathing deeply. Inhale right here. And then exhale, left hand to the earth. Shift your hips back. Straighten your left leg. Hips over the right knee. Inhale to lift your chest slightly. Draw your heart forward. Exhale, melt your chest to your left thigh. So again, if you feel this around the left knee in any way, take a soft bend or a deep bend, right? And continue to breathe. If you get to a point where you're so deep that you cannot breathe, just come back out and find a space that you can sustain while breathing as deeply as you can. And then you inhale, slide this back forward, bend your left knee, right hand to the ground. Exhale, left arm to the sky, open up to the left. Stay right here or breathe in, and then breathe out, left forearm to the small of your back in a half bind. But then open your chest, right? Think of lengthening, opening, deepening your breath as you take the physical posture a little bit deeper. Pit of the belly draws in and up. And then just check in with how much weight you're putting into your right hand, right? See if it's a little bit less now. And then you inhale, reach your left arm back to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the ground. Shift your hips back, straighten your left leg. Inhale, I like to lift my chest, pull my heart forward, slightly extend my tailbone towards the back of the mat. And then exhale, take my navel to the left thigh bone to help square my hips off. So I give you these tips not because I expect you or even want you to be perfect, but just so that you know what you're doing, so you know what you're doing, right? Yoga is meant to be empowering. It's healing if we use it the right way. And the right way is always to honor your body in exactly the way it shows up today, this moment on this mat. And then you inhale, slide it back forward. Bend your left knee. Right palm stays rooted, left arm reaches as you exhale. Now you can stay right here. You can go with the second variation of your half bind. If you want it, you can slide your block out of the way. You could roll a little bit towards the outer edge of your left foot. Just make sure your knee, your ankle, your toes are pointing in the same direction. I actually prefer for my hand to be down on a block for that one. And then you could bend your right knee, flex your right foot, and take the heel towards the glute. I get enough right there. If you want the hand to foot bind for your crooked monkey, left hand catches the right ankle. You're also twisting here. So you're going to feel this more in your thoracic spine, the left shoulder, the left pec. But check in with your right elbow so that you're not dumping all of your weight there. And you're also supporting without overextending the joint. Yeah? And breathe. And softly release, right toes to the ground. Find yourself back to your low lunge, top of your mat, hands on your support. Curl up your back toes, lift your back knee. And then as you exhale, step your right foot to meet the left, forward fold. Reset with a half lift, crown forward, tail back, belly up. Exhale, chest to your thigh. Let's flush it out. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Reach your arms out and up. Exhale, cactus your elbows back and down. Lift your chest. You've been here before. Inhale, reach both arms high. Exhale, right arm down, left arm reaches up and over. Inhale, both arms high. Exhale, left arm down, right fingertips to the left. Inhale, the arms high, perhaps your gaze to the sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, forward fold, crown of the head down. Inhale, crown of the head forward, tailbone back, the collarbones are broad. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step your feet back to a high plank for just a moment. Pull the navel to your spine. Soften your knees to the earth. Take an inhale. And then slowly lower all the way to the belly as you exhale. So one of my favorite teachers says, just get there how you get there, right? Take care of yourself. Now from here, slide your hands just underneath your shoulders, right? Tops of the feet are down. If the low back is a little tight today, maybe your feet are probably going to be a little bit more separated, a little bit wider, right? And then the top of your pubic bone draws up towards your navel, hands underneath your shoulders. Now, elbows point up and back, kind of like, not quite like cricket wings, but slide them in towards the rib cage. And then you inhale, lift your chest, keep your elbows bent, your pubic bone down on the ground, but your collarbones broad. So Bhujangasana, your cobra pose. Crown forward. Inhale. Exhale. Let your forehead come back down. And then take your right ear to the ground. Arms down by the side, body palms face up. Relax the shoulders from your ear. Breathe here for a moment. And then slide your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, forehead to the earth. And then lift your chest, lift your forehead, second round. Baby cobra or cobra pose. You might come just a little bit higher, but the elbows are still bent, the chest is open, the shoulders back, the neck relaxed. And then exhale, chest to the ground, left ear to the earth. And when you breathe here, relax, release. And then feel free to stay here with the hands underneath the shoulders, playing with the lift into cobra pose and coming back down. If you would like to join me in Sphinx pose, bring your forearms to the earth, the elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms directly in front of the elbows, the wrists in front of the forearm, and then it's kind of like you're making a number 11 with your arms. But notice if you're collapsing by drawing the shoulders forward and rounding them in, and think about pulling back with your elbows and your forearms, like you're trying to pull your elbows to your hips and open your chest. Good. Now, if you feel this in your low back, take the top of your pubic bone and draw it up towards your navel, lengthening the low back, the lumbar spine. You can even close your eyes. Let the neck be a natural extension of the spine, so not looking up too much and also without letting your chin drop towards the jugular notch, unless you're just looking for a specific stretch of something. Typically your gaze would be kind of towards the top of your mat, and you're breathing. And in this space right here, as you breathe in, you know that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, you know that you're breathing out. And you remind yourself that It is okay to feel all of the feels, right? Now you might choose to stay right here. If you want just a little bit more, actually it's not just a little bit more, right? But you could take your hands out a little bit farther in front of you and lift your elbows, lift your forearms. This is seal pose. Now, if that makes you Jane Fonda your glutes and start to squeeze and do all this other weird stuff, or feel pinching in your low back, bail, right? Don't do it. Just bring your elbows and your forearms back down. But if you get here and you're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, hang out for a little bit. Breathe through it. Pull your navel a little bit in towards the spine, support your low back. So you're not just hanging out in the front side of the body. There's one more inhale right here. And then exhale, slowly come down. Let your left arm come on top of the right, so kind of like genie arms. And bring your forehead to your arms and just rest for a moment. Let your low back completely relax and release. You could also bend your knees and windshield wiper out your feet if that's what you need, right? And then the feet come down. All right, so from here, take your left forearm down again and tuck it in about maybe like 45-ish degrees. And then bend your right knee. And you can also do this flat on the ground, right? With your belly, your chest, your forehead down on your left hand, if that feels better. If you want a little bit more, you reach back with your right hand and catch your right ankle. And then maybe you bring your chest back to the ground and just take a right side quad stretch. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Allow for your breath to be what takes you deeper into this. And for those of you that want to take it just a little bit deeper, left forearm to the ground, lift your chest. Reach back. Your right hand is holding onto your right foot, but you're going to flip your grip by taking your thumb to the inner arch of your right foot, and then your fingertips curl over your toes. So your right elbow points up, and the right shoulder is still relaxing away from your right ear. So you're taking your right heel towards your right outer hip. Still pull the low part of your belly in and up. Take an inhale. And softly release as you exhale. Let both forearms and your chest come down to the ground. Wiggle out the hips if you need that. Maybe roll your forehead from side to side. Release any tension out of the side of your neck. And then let's come right back to the other side. So, you know what? Just start with your belly down and your forearms down. Your forehead on your hands if you want to cross them. And bend your left knee. Now, this might be enough right here. If you want more, reach back with your left hand and catch your left ankle and bring your left heel in towards your left glute. For some of us, that is plenty of stretch on the left quadricep, right? Just spend a few moments, a few breaths there. If this fits like a glove and you actually need more, you can lift your chest, come to your right forearm. It's kind of like tick-tocking in and stay for a moment. Feel this out, right? Let your left shoulder move down and away from your left ear. The pit of the belly draws up to support the low back without overly activating your core, right? I mean, it's going to engage, but we definitely want to still be able to stretch the front side of the body and open. And then if you need a little bit more, you flip the grip. So your left thumb comes to the inner arch of your left foot. The fingertips come over and curl over your toes. And the left elbow points up like a cricket wing. And your left heel comes towards your left outer hip. If you feel this in your low back as you start to move through these variations, that is your key to go back to one of the other ones, right? Teaching ourselves to practice in a manner that allows us to practice for the rest of our lives, which means we always leave our mat hungry. We leave something for the next meal. Take one more inhale. And then it's a soft release as you exhale. Let your left foot come down. Forearms to the ground. Wiggle your hips side to side. Perhaps bend your knees and windshield wiper your feet from side to side. Then let the toes come back down to the ground. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Curl up your toes. Inhale, pull your heart forward and up. So maybe through an upward facing dog. Now tuck your toes. Hips shift back towards your heels for a tuck toe child's pose. So instead of taking the knees wide, bring your shins to parallel and rest your torso on top of your thighs. Close down your eyes. Breathe in. Know that you're breathing in. And breathe out. And know that you're breathing out. Now inhale. Find your box pose. Exhale. Navel draws up. Inhale. Reach your right arm up into the sky. Exhale to thread the needle. Right arm slides underneath your left. Come down onto your right shoulder, your right ear, your right temple. Now know that you can stay right here. You might have your right temple on a support. It could be a pillow or a block or your book, right? Just make sure it feels comfortable and there's no pain. Left arm reaches forward if you want it to, or you can wrap your left forearm around the small of your back in a half bind. If you feel like being a little silly today, I've got no guarantees that I'm not going to fall over, so I'm just going to go with it. You could reach your left arm forward. Really press into the back side of your right hand so that all 5 fingernails root to the ground. And then take your ball mound of your left foot to the back of your mat. So you're going to kind of shift your weight a little bit to your right shin, right knee. And then maybe you lift your left leg. Maybe you slide your left hand back kind of towards your right forearm and bend your left knee, stack the hip a little bit. You could roll over here, or you could take your left hand to your left ankle and find your quad stretch. Don't hurt yourself, right? There's no heroes in yoga, y'all. And if you go there, slowly release. Left hand back down to the ground, left foot to the earth first. Slide your left knee next to the right. Left hand underneath the left shoulder. Inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky. Circle it out a couple of times. Match your breath to your movement. If you rolled over, if you fell and you laughed, you're doing it right, y'all. Right hand down to the ground. Left arm reaches up to the sky on your inhale. Thread the needle left arm underneath the right as you exhale. So your left temple, left ear come down to the ground. The back of your left hand to the earth, fingernails down. Your right arm can reach forward. You can wrap around the small of your back in a half bind. You choose what you need, right? If you are in this space and you're thinking about what you're going to make for lunch or whatever your quarantine is going to be today, then I want you to maybe bring your right hand back to the ground. Slide your right foot back to the back of your mat, because you only start to do this other stuff if your mind can wander during your practice. It just means you either got to focus on the breath more or do something a little bit different with your body. So really press down into the fingernail side of your left hand. Maybe you lift your right leg. Maybe you stay right here. This side definitely feels wobblier for me. Maybe you bend your right knee and you catch your right ankle with your right hand. And you breathe. When you're ready to softly release, right foot back towards the back of your mat, right hand to the earth. Slide your right knee next to the left. Right hand underneath your shoulder. Inhale, lift your left arm back to the sky. Circle it out. Take it in the opposite direction. One more inhale. The exhale is your box pose. Think of lengthening your spine as you inhale. And then just as a reset, exhale to downward facing dog. Lift your hips, chest in towards your thigh. Inhale, lift your hips long through your side body. Exhale, right knee to your right wrist, right ankle to the left. Expand your left leg out long. So come into your half pigeon. If you don't jive half pigeon, come onto your back and take the reclined variation. It also feels amazing, right? So pick the one that feels right to you. If you're in your half pigeon, if you feel anything at all on your right knee, I want you to bring your right heel closer to your pelvis. And then look back. Check out your left leg. Is it directly behind the hip? Feel these kinds of things out. Lift your chest, pull it forward, open your collarbones. Feel that space first. And then exhale, let your chest come down towards your thigh. There's a slight flex to your right foot. And breathe. And we are pretty open for it, so well, we're warmed up for it. How about that? If you're feeling like you need something extra in this space, feel free to lift back up, to take a quad stretch, to move into any variation of your pigeon that feels right. So you could take a king pigeon, a mermaid, all that kind of stuff. For as warm as I am today, I just don't know that anything deeper is what I really need right now in this moment. So I'm going to stay right here because it feels amazing, right? I don't need anything else. But if you do, it's there for you, right? If you did move into anything else, I want you to take your time. But eventually we walk the hands back into the shoulders to lift the chest. Slight roll over to the right hip, right thigh, so you can slide your left leg out in front of you. And then I want you to switch and extend your right leg forward. Take the sole of your left foot to your right inner thigh. As you inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And then exhale, fold over your right leg. Relax your shoulders from your ears. Let your chest pull forward. Navel towards the right thigh bone. Breathe deeply here. And then inhale, lift your chest, walk yourself back up. Choose to just stay right here for a moment, or left hand behind your left hip, root the palm. Inhale, lift your hips, come to the left shin, the left knee, right foot goes flat and reach your right arm up. Now you can focus on the side body stretch or rotate your chest open to the sky and reach your arm to the right. I also like to take my right hand to the low back and support and press a little. And then slowly come back down. Now, if you need a down dog reset, absolutely take that. If you don't, you're set up. Slide your right leg back, left leg forward for your half pigeon on the left side. If you're taking that on the back, just roll to your back, right? Find your way to get there. Glance back, check out your right leg, kind of where is it in space? And then your left heel can come all the way in towards your pelvis, your hips. Your left shin could be all the way up to parallel with the top of your mat. Feel it out. Move around first. Lift your chest, navel in, open your collarbones. Maybe you look up. That's a deep breath in right there. And then you exhale, melt your chest to the ground or to your support, your bolster, your pillow, your forehead on a block, on your books. And breathe here. Think of the right hip trying to pull down towards the earth. Relax your shoulders. Relax your brows and your jaw. Remember, if you want any variations from your half pigeon, feel free to take them. Whatever you did on the first side, if it's available on the second side, it's yours for the taking. And then you inhale, lift your chest. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders and slide over to the left. So you can bring your right leg out in front, but then you'll switch. The left leg extends long, hip, thigh, knee, shin, ankle, toes, all in a straight line. Sole of your right foot to the left inner thigh. Inhale, arms high, long in the side body. Exhale, drape your chest over your thigh. Relax your shoulder. You can always take a soft bend to your left knee, whatever it is that you need, right? This right here is, I know, not everybody's favorite. It's one of mine. Gets the low back on the right side here in a way that I don't always find. And you know, I sleep with a 5-year-old most nights, and she takes a toll on the right side body. And when you inhale, slowly lift back up. Right hand behind your right hip. You can just stay right here if this is what you need. Otherwise, lift your hips. Come to your right knee, your right shin, left foot flat, left arm reaches up and over. Maybe your hips, your chest reach to the sky. And slowly come down. Extend both legs long in front of you. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, chest to the thighs. Relax your shoulders from your ears. And slowly lift up. Hands out to the side, body, take your time. Roll down one vertebra at a time until you're flat on your back. Reach your arms up overhead as you inhale. And hug your knees in towards your chest as you exhale. Now, let your feet come down to the ground and your knees fall comfortably open like a book, right? Heels in towards the sits bone. Soles of the feet together. You can slide blocks or pillows underneath the outer thighs for more support. This is too intense or anything like that. And then close your eyes. Relax your brow. Wiggle your jaw from side to side. You're breathing in and you know that you're breathing in. You're breathing out and you know that you're breathing out. And then just be still and know. Now bring your knees together like the cover of a book. Hug your knees into your chest on an exhale. And then press your feet into the sky for waterfall pose. You could slide a block underneath your low back or a pillow, whatever feels right, as long as it feels supportive enough, or use nothing at all, right? And of course, you know that if there's something else that you need to be doing here, to do it, right? Otherwise, just 5 more breaths with the feet in the sky. Take an inhale. Hug your knees in towards your chest as you exhale. One more breath in. Shavasana as you breathe out. Take whatever shape suits you most. Allow for the body to expand, to release, to let go of anything you were holding on to within your practice. It is no longer. We take this most important practice of lying down, vulnerable, open, and still, not needing to change one single thing. Allow yourself to move through the urge to fidget, to adjust, and to be perfectly imperfect in this space, to be exactly what you need, to be exactly what this world, this life, this particular moment in time needs. because the you that showed up in this moment is the you that is necessary and needed to move to the next moment. So we just got to be here, y'all. That's all we got to do. Rest here and enjoy for just a few more minutes. Now, if what you need is to be here longer, I want you to tune me out and stay right where you are. If you are ready, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Let everything be subtle. Same way you would gently wake a baby. With love, with tenderness, with compassion. Come to yourself just that same way every day. You can take the arms overhead for a full body stretch when you inhale. Hug the knees in for your exhale. And roll to the side of your choosing when you're ready. When you feel like it's right, you'll meet in Sukhasana, your comfortable seated position. Just cross your legs. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lengthen the crown of your head to the sky and bring the palms of your hands together. Leave just a little space between the palms so they're not completely flat. Because when we bring the palms completely flat, nothing else can come in, right? How do you pour into a cup that is already full? So leave that little space. Thank you so much for showing up on your mat this morning. I'll be back at 9 a.m. tomorrow with an all levels flow. We'll get a little sweaty, do the thing. Iris and I appreciate all of y'all's continued support with Artisanal Apothecary. Y'all are amazing. We are still able to ship, and we are so thankful for our people. And I am thankful that you guys are showing up and doing the work on your mat because it is that important. The world out there needs you. And we're our best us's when we get our practice, when we do it. Peace be with each and every one of you. See you tomorrow. Namaste.